Well, here we are again, Tin.
I know, it's showtime, hey Nom?
And we're not at the trailer, and we should have been outside, but we're here in the studio.
Yes. We have been trying to film at the trailer, but it has been very, very windy. And we're really worried that it'll blow Norm's hair. So
Yeah.
This one's in the studio.
We just don't want to film and get all that wind noise across the microphones. It can be so annoying. So we are trying to do it, and hopefully next week we will have on location so you can see more of the beautiful countryside. In the meantime, we're Tina and Norm. We talk all things retirement, lifestyle, finance, and if you're new to our channel,
We would love you to subscribe and give us the thumbs up because it really helps us grow our channel.
So what have we been doing recently, Teen?
Wow, seem to have been busy doing so much, hey, lately. We've actually been exploring lots of new diets, which we've found really very interesting, haven't we, Norm?
Yeah, Norm's carrying around too many extra pounds.
So you were looking at some YouTube videos, weren't you, by Dr.
Esseltine.
And that gave us the idea that maybe we should be eating raw oats for breakfast.
Part of that was he's done a lot of research on lowering cholesterol. While we don't have high cholesterol, it's always a good thing if you can just eat something that would reduce your cholesterol. Why not?
So we've been having a wonderful cereal of uncooked oats with fruits and bananas and nectarines, and we've actually had oat milk with it. And it's been really nice, haven't we? We've enjoyed it.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. And there's another big plus from that, isn't there, hey, Norm?
Yeah, keeps you regular.
So that's a big plus for you, eh?
It really is, but it is an enjoyable combination, and we try and include berries as well because all these things are good for you. So we have been trying that, and we will have that maybe 3 times a week, and then we will have maybe some eggs and stuff like that. But there is another diet that we thought it's all around YouTube and the internet, the carnivore diet.
Oof. And I would say that Norm has seriously been following this for the last 4.5 days. And the good news is he's lost 2.5 pounds, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
I've been sort of following it, but adding lots of my extras with it. So I've only lost 0.5 pound. So I guess I wasn't seriously following it.
Well, you were sneaking those little bite-sized Twixes, weren't you, Tim?
Yeah, and when Norm was eating his meats and things, I was having some rice and vegetables with it. But you actually did stick to it.
I did.
But it is a very unusual diet, just eating meat all the time, isn't
Fatty
it, Norm?
meat as well.
Hey?
So
yeah.
We're not going to do it. It's unsustainable. It gave an overly fullness to my stomach, and
you didn't really like that, did you?
And then the next meal comes around, and there's meant to be another big piece of meat, and it was just so off-putting. So what we're going to do is go back to our cultural roots of how we were brought up and eat that food that we enjoy. That's full and varied, includes vegetables and stuff our mothers used to make.
Like potatoes and rice and things.
And we have a smaller dinner plate that we're eating from to kid ourselves. And
to kid ourselves, we're eating more than we actually are.
But what we have found is that introducing exercise, you probably already know that we walk every day, that we can, weather permitting. So we are walking now around 1.5 hours every morning. But being at the trailer, we changed it a little bit, didn't we, Tim?
We did. So now we get up And we actually, after just maybe having a cup of coffee, Norm has his black, I have cream in mine, then we're actually going for this nice long walk of about an hour and a half. We go before breakfast. And we have found this a real difference, haven't we?
Absolutely.
We kind of feel as if we're exercising and it's being healthier for us. So we don't eat till we get back. So by now we're normally around about 10:30,
Yeah.
and we're finding that we've now gone about 16 hours since we've eaten the night before, say around 6 or 6:30. So we're now actually doing intermittent fasting,
And we
which
didn't
is great.
realize
We didn't realize,
we were
did
doing
we?
that. It was just something
Yeah.
we changed. Instead of walking after
Yeah.
breakfast,
We're
we
doing it
just
before.
decided
Yeah.
we'd do it before because it's so much quieter
Yeah.
at the campground early in the morning.
It is.
And
We're enjoying it, aren't we?
and we're thinking we're getting health benefits from
Yeah.
that.
So when we get back, we have breakfast and then we'll have coffee and then we compete against each other for Wordle.
Yeah, we're still doing
And it's a
that.
great start to the day, isn't it?
It is wonderful. So we've also been doing financial things too,
Yes, we have.
because we have inflation creeping up. So we've been keeping an eye on our bank accounts and surplus money that we have, like emergency funds. And our existing accounts aren't keeping up with other accounts now that are raising interest rates because of inflation. So we do have a Canadian bank account that is American dollar currency. I just wanted to make that clear that it's not an American account, but it is American dollars, because we do have an income stream from royalties that I get from our stock photography. So the bank that we have that in weren't increasing the interest rates.
It was really small, not even less than 0.25%. So we found out the higher rates and we have been moving money around to get a higher interest rate, haven't we?
And it's so convenient. You can do it online. We already had an account open with this other company, and they were offering a far higher rate on
the US
currency. Yeah.
So we're saying to everybody, suggesting look at online banks and also look at the credit unions, because there's a lot of higher interest rates. We're talking possibly an additional maybe 2 to 3% more that's been happening over the last 2 to 3 weeks. So it's there for the taking. You can get sort of free money by getting more interest.
That's right. And you have your computer, you can do it online. But just be careful that the accounts that you open are backed by the insurances. So we have the deposit insurance in Canada, up to 100,000 per account. There's also a provincial insurance for the credit unions. So go get free money.
Yeah, why not, hey?
Well, Teen, I got cut off yesterday.
I know. In actual fact, this was a big shock to us.
We are absolutely shocked. We should do
we opened a letter yesterday and we found that Norm's British pension has been cut off and stopped just like that. And it's like no advance warning. And now the irony is we actually have to prove that he's still alive. So we've got cut off and now we have to fill forms in. And it's actually, one of them is called a life certificate to prove he's still alive, which we find this really strange, don't we?
They said they mailed this form to me in March, but they never did. We've never received it. In this letter, they said they sent the form for the life certificate back in March, but they never had. We never received it. So in July, they decided they would stop paying me because I didn't fill the form in, which I didn't get. So anyway, we're going to go and get that, and hopefully they will reinstate the pension. But that's one more plus for Canada, Teen.
Yeah, because they don't do that, do they, Norm? No, they keep keep paying us, and we've never had anything like that happen here, have we?
No. So now no more meat on the table until we get our pension back. Thank goodness.
So we have just got back from spending a wonderful week at the trailer, haven't we, Norm?
Yeah.
It's been so quiet and peaceful. We're really, really enjoying it, because what we're doing is we're kind of looking at the trailer as if it's our hotel, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're doing lots of day trips and exploring all the little towns and a lot more places that are in Bruce County, aren't
So
we?
what we've decided to do
Yeah.
is to come home at the weekends and go to the trailer during the week. There are a lot of young families at the trailer, and that's great because it's
Yeah.
geared up for them. But the young families, they have to go to work. So during the week, it's very quiet. There's lots of us oldies there. And then when Friday rolls around, we pack up, we come home,
Come back.
do all our laundry, and it's just been very pleasant. So we've been doing that for several weeks now. And it's just very relaxing. It feels like we're on vacation.
Yeah.
And just this last week, it's been fascinating because the Amish and Mennonite communities have been harvesting their hay, and they do it in the old-fashioned way with the machineries that look like they come from the turn of the century, with the heavy horses and the back-breaking work of raking the hay into these little wheat sheaves, which we used to know as children in England. And we see the women in the fields, and they've got the traditional dress on and the bonnets. They must be absolutely sweating.
I think that it looked absolutely exhausting. I can't imagine how they do it. But for us watching them, we find it wonderful. It's very exciting to see, isn't it? It's a big thing that makes us feel as if we're on vacation.
And we love watching people work.
Yeah.
Just as long as we don't have to.
And there's just, the scenery's so different, isn't it?
It is. Beautiful sunsets
yeah.
over Lake Huron. So we're fully utilizing the trailer, and we were fortunate that our children did some landscaping for us. All those pretty flowers that you saw on one of our videos, they did all that. That was like a Father's Day present for me and Tina.
Wonderful, wasn't it?
It was. So it's made the trailer even more interesting.
And of course, another plus too, Norm, which I had this week, was the special ice cream from the little store at Holyrood.
Yeah. Holyrood.
Holyrood, sorry. And I had a strawberry ice cream, and it was absolutely delicious.
Yeah, it's a crazy store because they don't. It's cash only. There's no credit. No. There's no interact. You step in this, and it's like an old hardware store from the 1930s. And so Tina always gets the smallest ice cream possible. Well, she comes out with a coffee cup full of ice cream over the top of it.
With like 3 or 4 scoops in, isn't it? And that's the very small baby one, isn't it?
And it's Chapman's ice cream, which is very good. I don't have it because I'm trying to lose some weight.
Well, you were following your diet this week, Norm, but maybe if you're not on the diet anymore next week, maybe you'll have one.
Maybe if it was a prime rib in the coffee cup, I could have had it.
Oh, doesn't quite sound the same, does it?
Doesn't. So anyway, we hope that you're all keeping well.
And staying safe.
And until the next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.